Dana says the Trump administration is creating an office within the agency that grants U.S. citizenship to root out fraudsters and have their citizenship taken away for people who are suspected of fraud. According to USCIS, the effort involves a new office in Southern California that's going to review cases and then refer them to the Justice Department, which will then be able to pursue denaturalization against citizens. What's your view on it, Mr. Brad?
I don't know about that. That's the first I'm hearing about it.
Denaturalization.
I know about denaturalization. I don't know about the special office.
Yeah.
The denaturalization laws have always been in place. Whether or not there was ever a special office investigating, looking for fraud, all I can tell you is the denaturalization process is a very long, involved process, and it has to go through a federal court judge, and that's a process in of itself of 2-3 year process. And then even if you're found to have lost your citizenship, there's an appeal process to the circuit courts. So the denaturalization process can take 5, 6, 7 years and cost the U.S. government hundreds and hundreds, if not millions of dollars in expenses and fees and time. So I don't know how many they're actually going to be able to do.
I'm married and I've got my 2-year green card, but it expired and I went and I got the extension. So my question to you is can I go ahead and do the citizenship or do I have to wait?
You have not gotten approved yet, have you?
No, I'm like waiting on the 10 years.
You and your spouse are together still?
Yes.
You have children?
No.
All right. I mean, you could file if you've been pending, if you've had your conditional green card for more than 3 years, you absolutely could file the citizenship. I think in this day and age, I used to tell people years ago, yes, file for your citizenship. I think now in this day and age, it's so difficult with immigration that you should wait on the approval of the I-751 and then do your citizenship. But if you're anxious to do it, you can do it now if you want to.
Okay.
But my preference would be that
wait,
yeah, unless there's some emergency that you need to be a citizen.
The case is over and I've paid a fine and all, but now I'm doing probation. So could I file for citizenship after I've finished my probation? I'm assuming this is a criminal case.
Yes. Generally, what the law says is while you're on probation, you can't prove good moral character. It's impossible under the law. That's what the law says.
Right.
So the day you get off of probation, you got to have 5 years good moral character. You have 1 day of good moral character. So you got to wait 5 more years from that date before you're filing your citizenship. And then we got to figure out, are you eligible for citizenship? Are you a deportable alien because of whatever you did that got you on probation? So you're way off from citizenship.
Rosemarie says, I'm trying to let my son obtain his citizenship, but my son has a learning disability, so I don't know if he would be able to get his citizenship and actually pass that exam. Is there anything is there any kind of help that he could get given that he has a learning disability?
Yeah, you can go to a doctor, and a doctor can write for a waiver of taking certain tests if he's not able to do it because then he has a medical condition.
When your wife goes on for her citizenship interview, they will ask your wife, do you want to change your name? She will say yes. I want to be now known as Mrs. Akambi. Okay, she will write it down. She will still be her other name up until the day she swears in. So just because she says on the day of her interview she wants to be Mrs. Akambi doesn't mean on that day she becomes Mrs. Akambi. She becomes Mrs. Akambi the day she swears in after she passes her interview, which will be several weeks later. They will give her naturalization certificate that says Akambi on it. Then she can go and get her driver's license as Akambi and her social security number as Akambi and her U.S. passport as Akambi. And guess what? She's now known as Mrs. Akambi Akambi.
Yeah, a friend of mine went to do her swearing last week for her citizenship. They gave her a letter and everything. She was seated and everything. She said while she was seated, the lady called her and said that she won't be able to be a part of the swearing. They gave her a letter saying that for unseen reason why should she be worried about that?
Yes. Either it's just a happenstance that her fingerprints didn't clear, or that they're mistaking her for somebody else, or she has some serious issues in her background that have been uncovered right before she was about to swear in. I don't know. But she should
But
definitely.
she have never been in any problem at all.
Okay, well then she shouldn't be overly worried. It's either her fingerprints didn't clear or mistaken identity. I don't know if she has a very, common name. It happens more with people with common names than non-common names. But certainly, if she's about to swear in and then they say she can't, it's because something happened in her background check, or her background check didn't finish in time for her to be sworn in. So I would suggest either way, if she has nothing in her background to be concerned about, do this before I tell you. Go hire what Dwayne has said is the best lawyer ever. Thank you, Dwayne. Wait 60 days or 90 days. Hopefully you get a new swearing-in date. But if 60, 90 days goes by and you haven't heard, then definitely give us a call.
All right, Gloria says, if you lost your green card, can you file for your citizenship without it?
Yes, you can. And the reason is this. Just because you lost your green card doesn't mean you're not a permanent resident of the United States. You just don't have evidence of it. But guess who does have evidence of it? The Immigration Service, the same place you're filing for your citizenship.